Hey, welcome back. Eric Arnold here on Wednesday, the 20th of April. Happy Marijuana Day, I guess. Marijuana Day. What else will they think of, I guess? But, well, what do we got here? MLB picks. I didn't do a video yesterday. I wasn't happy. I mean, it was an abject disaster on Monday. 0 for night. I guess we lost, 5 units in one night? Jesus Christ. Very upsetting. So, it happens and you just have to try to deal with it. It's a 10-year project. I keep telling myself that. We're in year 3 of the 10-year project. We lost a year because of the pandemic, which pisses me off to no end. But hey, I guess after our overnight, we've been booted right out of the top 5 unheralded YouTubers. I assume that winning is a predicate for being in the top 5. I don't know. I guess if you look at some of these other people, maybe winning isn't a prerequisite for that. But I'm going to say it is, and so we're no longer in the top 5 after Monday's disaster. Really, the only game I regret is that Red Sox Twins game. That was a mistake. That was just a flat mistake. I read the model wrong. I just made an error. The other games were solid. They just didn't happen. Rays, Cubs. Well, last night the Rays won. They didn't win Monday. They won last night. Braves, Dodgers. Well, the Braves won last night. They didn't win Monday. Wait, was I on them last night? No, of course not. I just sat in the sidelines and, penciled it in on my little spreadsheet for free, going, all right, this is a game I would have played. Am I not, just totally twisted around mentally right now? So, I still think the model's valid. I still think we will win at some point this season. Sort of like last year. We got off to a shitty start last year. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of like, well, we could just run out the clock here on April. Just not make a lot of selections here in April until I actually have a trend in April that is pretty strong that really almost cancels out a lot of other trends. You almost are just looking for the team with the worst record. That's almost one of the things you're looking for in April. It's just like, it's just a mass of runners at the beginning of a marathon, and they're just all grouped together. And if one starts breaking away, he's going to look back at the other runners and go, oh shit, I'm the rabbit. The rabbit never wins. And then he's just going to pull back and everyone's going to catch up to him. And if some guy starts immediately falling back, way back, well, that's no good if he's, supposed to be in the race. So he's going to kick it to get back into it so he's not way back. So it's almost like how it works in baseball. You just find which team has the worst record, and you got to look at that. Believe it or not, especially if they're on the road. At any rate, I only got 2 picks for you here today. I'm going to make a quick baseball video. Then I'm going to do a politics video. Haven't done one of them in a while. I'm going to make them separate videos. So, Jane Catterson doesn't have to be tortured with baseball, which I don't think she gives 2 shits about, especially because I think she's from England. So we're going to try to separate the 2. We're going to take one of these I like, and the other one I'm like, that's just going up my ass. I know that's a loser, but the model says you should play this, and I'm kind of searching for spots to play. In other words, all right, the model says I should take the Phillies, but I cannot justify playing that team right now because they're so fucking bad. That's a bad team. And the numbers don't reflect it. That's what the crazy thing is that, maybe that's something I should just start thinking about in April, is just throw the model in the can and just freelance it. Right now, I think a team you're catching value with almost every night is Colorado. I think Colorado's a pretty good team. I really think that's a team until it starts taking some injuries in the pitching staff. You got to look at those guys. They have a pretty good Colorado Rocky pitching staff. By that, I mean, there's no Scherzer, there's no Walker Buehler. There's just guys that eat innings and are not going to get you killed, at least at home. And on the road, they're still but they got that lineup's always credible. Now, Chris Bryant in the middle of that lineup, he's a star. He gives you credibility. But, the model just can't seem to find a spot to play that team. I'm not officially picking them today. I probably should. They'll probably just go ahead and sweep the Phillies, and the Phillies will come limping back to town with Sixers jerseys on, so they can be incognito and no one will recognize them. But anyway, first pick, we got the Giants. We're going to say they salvage a game in this Mets series here. What is it, a 4-game series, and they've lost all 3 of them? But I think they're going to go ahead tonight now after losing the doubleheader yesterday. I think perhaps the Mets are just, they're the ones that are starting to sneak out of the pack a little bit. And I think now might be a good time for them just to drop a game and have the pack catch up a little bit. And the Giants are a premium team. I mean, I think the Giants are every bit as good as the Mets. Frankly, I think they're a little better. But we're getting a decent Giant pitcher. Hopefully he can give us some length in Rodon. So I think he's better than the pitcher. I can't remember who the Mets are throwing. I don't think it's one of their top guns. Let's see, McGill. He just pitched. It's Bassett, I guess. Well, maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. 2 American League pitchers there. But we're going to go ahead and lay the number, short favorite here with the Giants. And then the one I'm looking at going, this is not going to work out, is the Angels. I hate that team. But I guess in my effort to try to rationalize the Angels, Joe Madden is a better manager than Dusty Baker. And perhaps at some point, the Dusty Bakerness of him will rub off on the Astros and they will become not so good. It has to happen at some point. But Madden is a superior manager, so maybe Joe Madden's going to get that collection of... one thing they did, the Angels that was un-angel-like, couple things. Un-angel-like, where he went, okay, that's unusual. They got rid of Albert Pujols and his Jahugin contract, albatross, not helping the team win. They cut Justin Upton, same deal, huge contract, not helping them win. So by eliminating those 2 giant egos and contracts, and I equate contract with ego, I don't have the first clue. Let's put it this way. How good of a clubhouse guy could Albert Pujols be? He's been in LA for how many years and they haven't won dick. So I don't know. He seems like he'd be a hell of a great teammate. But I guess when you're making 10 times the guy sitting on the bench and the guy on the bench is better than you are, that's got to cause dissension, and it doesn't matter how hell of a nice of a guy I am, making my 25 or 30 mil. That guy on the bench just says, Albert's a hell of a nice guy, but he's slow as molasses, and he's really just not that good anymore. It is what it is. So by getting rid of these guys, I think that automatically is making the Angels better. Ohtani's going to pitch tonight. He's due for a decent outing. Trout may or may not play. I would like to think that Trout's going to play. Apparently, the guy got hit in the hand. He's missed what now? Two straight games? This is your division rival, dude. And you're the one that's all about, I want to win. You know, these guys like him and Harper, they say the words, but I don't think they had the first clue what it means. I want to win. Do you have any idea what that entails? If you had asked me that in high school, what do you want to do? I want to win. I didn't have any clue how to win in high school, and we didn't win in high school. We needed a coach that would teach us how to win. We didn't have one. They got a coach at Twin Valley later that taught that team how to win. We didn't have one. So, and we weren't very talented either. I don't think our talents were properly utilized. We would have been better than what we were. Let's put it that way, with a better coach. Well, anyway, Trout. Damn it! I mean, this is your division rival. Play. The trainer said it's up to him. It's up to his pain tolerance. Well, that's basically the trainer calling you a, you know, whatever word we're still allowed to say, soft. It's calling you soft. Don't be soft. Play. You know, whereas now Houston, Altuve will not play. He's got a hamstring pull. He's not going to play, and he's one of their best players. So I'm trying to rationalize why the Angels are going to beat, and the Angels just easily defeated the Astros. So I'm hoping that the Angels come out tonight, swing the bats. Ohtani is able to pitch half decently and not blow sky high, get into the sixth inning with a lead, and then, you know, Angels coast home. This is the thought. So this, you know, these are neither of these games. I probably ought to. I'll tell you people this. No money has exchanged hands yet. I haven't played these games yet. I haven't bet yet. I am making this video. I intend to bet. It's possible I may just go, I'm not betting. You know, I might just sit in the sidelines again in my effort to do two things: provide you content and save myself money while I try to run out the clock here in April, where I cannot seem to get a real read on what's going on. So Louis, he's about where I am. He's spinning his wheels. Neither one of us has caught a groove yet. So, you know, we'll keep at it. It's a long season. Don't go anywhere, Daryl Turner, so you don't have to resubscribe at some point when we do catch a winning streak. All right. Good, great. Thanks. Stay tuned for politics next. We'll get this video and the political video. We'll probably put them up at the same time. I ain't going to go in, edit this, and put it up, and then do the political video. I'm here. I'm going to do them both right now. Thanks. Goodbye. Hit the like button. Tell somebody else to subscribe, especially if you think he can't lose forever. He's due.